He arrived in the school last year. He's one of my best friends. He's really nice, and he was in my class, so that's when I met him.
Dominik was my student last year in 9th grade science. He was one of those students that makes you enjoy teaching. He's very positive. He's one of the students that always has his hands up, ready to add.
Dominik came to me 11 years old. He was very frightened, he was wild about having a tumor, and he was actually in the class a little bit embarrassed about that thing coming out of his body. I checked on him, and he had a slight curve. We did an x-ray and boom, we found he was a guy with an early scoliosis.
So when he found out, he was quite sad. He didn't really know what it was, but he knew that he would have to go to hospital and get treated.
I mean, it affects the spine and the activities and movements, and a lot of them are not even aware of it if they have it.
That his back would slowly bend even more, and it would get worse and worse, so that eventually he wouldn't be able to stand up straight.
Dominik came to me last summer and he wanted some support to get in touch with the parent and the community of the school.
So he said, why not talking to everybody, giving him about good position every sitting.
He decided that he should raise awareness about it and help other people who have the same problem.
We put posters up around the school. We then got into the Express newspaper, 7 Days, and the National.
Put it on all poles, and he gave it to the pupils, and he gave it to the parents, and he gave it to the bus driver.
I think he felt that he had a responsibility to make people aware of scoliosis. 2 doctors came over a period of 5 days.
519 were screened on the day, and there were 14 cases that had the early signs of scoliosis.
Suddenly he got acknowledged by College News. I got suddenly an invitation from Dubai One to hold a lecture about that.
Dominik, being Dominik, wasn't happy to leave it with Raha. He came back to me and he said, okay, now I'd like to take it to the 10 other schools.
Before I met Dominik, I never knew about scoliosis. And then when he told me about it, I was like, wow, we need to do something about it.
He took his personal problem up to the public, which is actually to be awarded already.
He's done this without any sort of intrinsic reward or anything like that.
And in the end, we did a check recently and he overcame it. He finished very good. He has that ankle that you do not have to be feared about.
I know he does a lot of kite surfing after school. That's one of his favorite sports.
Dominik's he's just an absolute inspiration. Every mother would want him as their son.
Yeah, I think a young kid who does this type of thing should be recognized and rewarded.